Can you explain the various areas in digital marketing where AI can be utilized for SEO purposes?
A simple go-to for using AI in SEO is a lot of people are just going to is write content for me. And there's a few problems that people are encountering when they're doing this, purely because the quality of the output that comes from AI, Claude and ChatGPT is not, it's good, but it's not like super insightful research information. It's really just drawing upon the language model that it was built from, which is not that amazing. I mean, it's amazing, but it's not like super deeply insightful. It can't really tell you things that aren't already in the zeitgeist. If you're using AI to write content, you really need to be using your own words and rewriting your own words using AI. And that's where the benefit comes. You can increase the speed of output. You can make it easier to create really interesting, involved, and in-depth conversations, think pieces that harder to sort of type down, very time-consuming editing in a very short amount of time. So there's a benefit to using AI for that. Now, that content, because it's using your own words, it's not necessarily going to get flagged as AI content. It's very unique, and it can slowly over time generate a lot of organic traffic that just pure content written by AI will do. The second main benefit is really about leveraging the power of data analysis. So a lot of the times you'll go into your Google Analytics and you'll just look at the data, and the data will show you had X number of visitors from this site, or this article got a lot of engagement, a lot of time on site, but not a lot of click-through. So it's going to give you a whole lot of data. Now, if you're not really adept at understanding the user behavior, the way that people travel through your website through that data, getting actionable next steps is very, very hard. If you can export that information, import that into an AI, and then ask it specific questions about content that has piqued the interest of a lot of organic traffic, and then give me some ideas on how I can leverage that. How can I turn that into whatever your goals are? And I think that is really one of the key benefits of AI for SEO, is that understanding of raw data to give you next steps.
It seems that while AI-generated content may not provide deeply insightful research information, it can still be valuable when combined with rewriting and adding your own words. This approach can help increase the speed of output and create engaging, in-depth think pieces. Using AI for data analysis allows businesses to leverage the power of their analytics. I'd like to ask about the practical implementation of AI in SEO. Could you share any best practices or examples of how businesses can effectively utilize AI for content creation?
I think one of the best practices that I've found is very similar to what I'm doing right now. I have used AI to build a tool that allows me to talk to an AI, have that conversation recorded in text, and then I can export all of that text, my own words, that information that I've just given in a conversation, and I can quite easily convert that using GPT or Claude into a long form article. So really the kind of best practices are you have to add additional value and information into the AI. This could be research, this could be PDFs, this could be text from a conversation, a video you've created, whatever. Have a call with one of your workmates and talk about your industry, and then export that chat and turn it into content. So leveraging AI's ability to take what is there and created specifically and then convert that into something, that I think is one of the best practices you can do. You should always have that human in the loop.
Thank you for highlighting the importance of the human touch when leveraging AI for content creation and SEO. It's clear that the best practice is to avoid relying solely on AI to handle everything, but instead to add additional value and insights to the AI-generated content. Next, I'm curious about the potential challenges or limitations businesses may encounter when implementing AI in their SEO strategies.
Of course, there's going to be technological issues that businesses will come up against. Not everyone has the ability to code and build stuff, and there's a lot of platforms out there that, while functional, very much just wrappers on sort of the basic technology. Now, you're also going to have a limitation of like, do you have people in your organization that know how to get the most out of AI? If I'm just going straight into a chat, GPT or Claude or something like that, then there has to be an understanding of prompt engineering, how that works and how you elicit the most from that. And if you go one step further, do you have resources within the company that can build tools or at least leverage more highly functional tools that allow you to stay on brand, as you said before, but also allow you to develop a unique and sort of valuable output to what you're creating? Because the output that you're producing with AI, and this goes back to the problems that inherently just using AI sort of vanilla will have, is that output has to be valuable. There has to be some unique insight within that content that you're putting out, using AI or not. Now, if your resources within the company are limited, time or just even knowledge-wise, then you may potentially suffer from falling back to just letting AI do all of the work and losing the value that actually doing content will create. There's a lot of additional data points around SEO that aren't just produce content, put it online. The data points are like, how long do people read your articles for? Not just how many people come, but do they travel all the way down the article? Do they click into links? Do they share? Do they linger? Do they come back to it? So there's a lot of additional data points for content-based SEO that if your content is then it's not worth doing. And that kind of comes back to, do you have the internal resources to be able to produce insightful information regularly? Because that's the other thing about SEO. You have to do it often. That will add value to your readers and therefore your business and brand.
Thank you for discussing the potential challenges and limitations that businesses may face when implementing AI in their SEO strategies. It is evident that technological issues and limitations can arise, particularly for businesses without coding expertise or when relying solely on basic platforms. I'd like to delve into the potential ROI, return on investment, of AI in SEO. Can you touch upon the potential benefits and drawbacks businesses should consider when assessing the ROI of implementing AI in their SEO strategies?
The value that using AI can bring is not necessarily about how it can reduce your cost. So I'm not a big proponent of using AI to replace staff. I don't think it's anywhere near good enough for that. I think the value that using something like AI brings to your existing team is that it levels up their ability to produce. Again, going back to this conversation I'm having right now, I can now have a conversation, a 10-minute, 20-minute conversation with an AI, then have all of that content converted into a blog post, into videos, into all of this additional stuff that all helps the SEO. Now, I can do this on my own as a one-person team. So if you have an existing team, adding AI into that as a level up is really where you're going to see that cost benefit, that value. And it's not always just about where can that cost be added to my business. In personal life use, you can add AI to everywhere you go to help you sort of just deal with stuff much easier. And AI is at all levels. It's not just generative AI. Using AI to collate information from the web and give you a daily newsletter. For instance, a service, I think it's Feedly, has a really good AI newsletter that can go out, find all of the information and build it for you and send it to you. So it can help you in life, not just as a business tool. But overall, really, the cost of using AI, ChatGPT is $20 a month, right? And they've got team licenses now and so on and so forth. But I mean, the relatively low cost of personal accessible AI put against really the cost of additional staff to do additional work and increase that output really pales in how much additional value you're going to be getting.
Thank you for highlighting the valuable aspects and cost considerations of using AI in SEO. It's clear that the true value lies in how AI can augment and enhance the abilities of existing teams rather than replacing staff. AI can level up the team's productivity by enabling tasks like converting conversations into blog posts, videos, and other content that contributes to SEO efforts. This increased productivity can be particularly advantageous when incorporated into teams that are already in place. AI has applications beyond business settings and can be utilized in personal life as well. From email and message management to tracking desired information or collating personalized daily newsletters, AI can provide assistance in various aspects of life. Thank you for sharing your insights on this topic. It has been a fascinating discussion about the costs and benefits of using AI in SEO. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
in business today, if you're not leveraging some level of AI, then you're really going to be sort of putting yourself at a disadvantage. And I do know that even though there has been a lot of kind of hype and potentially AI has been sort of overhyped a lot and what it can do, I really feel over the next 12 to 18 months, the speed at which we'll see development and the speed at which we'll see AI implemented into the everyday tools that we use will just kind of populate everything. So getting in now, understanding the technology now, I think is as crucial to the people today as getting into computers, understanding word processing and email was when that first came out. So I think there's a lot of value in using AI for business. I think there's a lot of value in using AI personally, and I hope that you see some value in this conversation.